Introduction and background. A-10 and Su-25 the formidable attack aircraft forged during the Cold War. They were designed to dominate the battlefield at low altitudes. They were the American A-10 Thunderbolt II and the Russian Su-25, both were built around the same core mission. That is, close air support, providing sustained firepower to protect ground troops and destroy enemy. Tanks and armor. We all know the A-10 is a legend. It is an aerial tank destroyer with a reputation built on its unbeatable guns and extraordinary survivability in combat. But how does it really compare to the Su-25? Its Russian fighter was also designed to take a beating. It is capable of carrying out equally devastating ground attacks. A-10 Thunderbolt is A-10 Thunderbolt II, known by its nickname Warthog, is instantly recognizable for its rugged yet combat-oriented design. It is optimized for close air support missions. It is approximately 53 feet 4 inches long, has a wingspan 57 feet 6 inches, and a relatively short height of 14 feet, -1 inches. All of this makes for a low, stocky, and extremely sturdy appearance. The large, straight wings give the aircraft excellent maneuverability at low speeds and altitudes. This is especially important when operating close to the ground to support infantry. The engines are mounted high above the fuselage to protect them from debris and ground fire. Meanwhile, the twin tailplanes provide additional stability and control. The Su-25 was designed to be compact yet extremely durable. It was optimized for close air support missions. The aircraft was 53 feet long. This size was much smaller than high-speed fighters, but ideal for maneuvering at low altitudes. A 47 wingspan provided excellent lift and stability for ground attack missions. The 15.7-foot height gave it a stable stance. This design allowed the Su-25 to take off and land on rough, unpaved runways. The landing gear was designed for high endurance. Large, heavily reinforced wheels allowed the aircraft to take off and land on rough, uneven terrain. These dimensions contributed to the Su-25's stability, survivability, and combat effectiveness. They ensure it can operate in the harshest combat environments. As a tank, the A-10 Warthog can take a beating like no other aircraft. The A-10 survivability is central to its design. This ensures it can continue to operate even when subjected to intense enemy fire. Armor accounts for nearly 6% of the A-10 empty weight. The cockpit and some of the flight control systems are protected by 1,200 pounds of titanium armor, symbolically called the buff. This armor can withstand direct hits from armor-piercing and 23mm high explosive rounds. Combined with redundant systems, these features allow the A-10 to survive in conditions that would render most of our aircraft ineffective. It becomes a formidable presence in any combat situation. Close air support missions meant flying at low altitudes. This meant getting close to enemy forces and, most importantly, taking and then surviving them. Lot of ground fire. The Su-25 was built for exactly that purpose. It had one of the thickest armor airframes ever designed for an attack aircraft. The heart of the protection system was a welded titanium armor chamber. It encased the cockpit and shielded the pilot from infantry fire, artillery fragments, and even direct hits from 23mm anti-aircraft guns. The front and side armor plates were 0.9 and 4 inches thick. The rear armor ranged from 0.39 to 0.6 and 7 inches, providing protection from multiple angles. Under the cockpit, a 0.39-inch thick titanium plate added an extra layer of protection against ground threats. Even the windshield was built to withstand direct fire. It is 2.24 inches thick, made of bulletproof glass, giving the pilot a chance of survival even on the most dangerous missions. The fuel tanks are lined with polyurethane foam. This is a special feature designed to prevent them from exploding if they are hit by enemy fire. Starting the General Electric TF3 for G100 turbofan engines is a body-shaking experience. The entire plane vibrates with almost uncontrollable force. If you have ever sat in a fighter jet taking off, this is a completely different experience. If you have ever driven an old truck and stepped on the gas, the A-10's takeoff is more like that. The A-10 is not a graceful, bird-dotted waddles off, requiring great effort to lift its heavy, armoured body into the air. But once airborne, it is surprisingly agile for such a large plane, even with wings as wide as Hershey's. Bars, it has a very good roll ratio. It can turn surprisingly well thanks to its large wing area, high wing ratio, and wide horizontal rudders. The A-10 excels at low speed and low altitude maneuverability. This wing configuration facilitates short takeoffs and landings, allowing it to operate from rudimentary airfields near the front lines, but it is capable of hovering for extended periods and operating under cloud ceiling of 1,000 feet with visibility of 1.5 meters, but it cruises primarily at 300 knots. This was an ideal speed for the ground attack role compared to faster fighter bombers that had difficulty targeting small, slow-moving targets. The Su-25 was powered by Su-25 or 195 turbojet engines. Each produced 9,921 pounds of thrust. These engines were specifically designed for low-altitude subsonic flight. They prioritize fuel efficiency, durability, and combat endurance over top speed. The Su-25 had a top speed of 660 miles per hour at sea level. This was fast enough to evade threats, but still slow enough to provide accurate close air support. In terms of range, the Su-25 was optimized for short to medium range missions. It could hover over the battlefield for long periods. It has an internal fuel capacity of about 1,500 gallons. This gives it a combat radius of about 310 miles with a standard deep payload. However, its range can be significantly extended with additional fuel tanks. This gives it a transfer range of up to 1,550 miles. The Su-25's engine placement increases its survivability. Its engines are mounted far apart on the fuselage, reducing the risk of both being disabled by a single hit. Additionally, the engines are protected by armour. The simple, durable design allows them to continue operating even if damaged in combat. While the Su-25M may not be the fastest aircraft in the sky, its combination for endurance, maneuverability, and consistent engine performance makes it an ideal aircraft for the demanding demands of close air support missions. In addition to being extremely maneuverable, the Warthog is also an incredibly stable and accurate weapons platform. Remember, this is an aircraft designed to destroy enemy tank columns. To accomplish this mission, it has a special design approach. The entire structure is built around the Go-8 Avenger cannon, perhaps the most powerful automatic cannon ever integrated into an aircraft. The relationship between the aircraft and the cannon is so close that without the cannon, the aircraft must be supported to prevent it from rolling backwards. The engineers have cleverly combined the Go-8 with the A-10, creating a combination that elevates the A-10 to legendary status among aviation icons. However, integrating the Go-8 into the A-10 is no small task, with the gun accounting for 16% of the Warthog's weight. Balancing the aircraft was a major concern. The recoil of the gun was equivalent to the thrust of one of the Warthog's two engines, making alignment extremely important. A misaligned gun could cause the aircraft to veer off course as soon as it fired. The exhaust and powerful flare from the gun also posed additional challenges. The flare threatened to temporarily blind the pilot. Meanwhile, the oxygen-deprived exhaust could stall the engine. To overcome these problems, engineers incorporated a windshield washer system to remove soot. They also installed an automatic engine ignition to restart any engine that stopped. To get an idea of the size of the Go-8, the gun is 9.35 feet long. It is 19.-1 feet long. Each barrel is 7.55 feet long. As for weight, empty, it weighs about 619 pounds. Fully loaded, the total weight of the gun and ammunition is nearly 3,968 pounds. Inspired by 19th century Gatling gun designs, the Go-8 is a complex assembly of 7 barrels rotating around a central axis. Instead of a hand crank mechanism like a Gatling gun, the Go-8 uses two hydraulic motors as the central shaft rotates. Cams guide each barrel through a cyclical cycle of loading, firing, unloading, and reloading. What sets the Go-8 apart is its self-sustaining firing system. Neither recoil nor gas from fired rounds propels the gun, ensuring that a misfired round will not stop the next shot Powering this massive weapon requires delicate balance, mechanical and hydraulic power. To hydraulic motors ensure the rapid and seamless rotation of the barrel assembly. This rotation, controlled by powerful aircraft systems, enables the gun's extraordinary rate of fire. It also ensures the stability of the entire mechanism even during high-intensity operations. The ammunition used by the GO-8 is a story of engineering genius. Each round is a 30 by 173mm shell, available in 3 variants. The incendiary armor piercing variant is encased in an aluminum shell, protecting the inner core made of depleted uranium. This is supplemented by a more economical explosive variant and a training variant. In terms of size, think of a standard Coca-Cola bottle. That's roughly the size of each of these rounds. At launch, the GO-8's firepower is evident, firing 50 rounds in the first second. It then accelerates to -15 rounds per second, or 4,000 to 100 rounds per minute. Its accuracy doesn't disappoint either. 80% of shots fired from a distance of 3,937 feet fall within a circle of 39.4 feet in diameter. Ballistic performance is about the same between the rounds. This is 10 times more energy and the famous 50mm BMG round. No armored vehicle or tank can offer enough protection against this weapon. It cuts through armor like a hot knife through butter. In addition to the iconic GO-8 Avenger 30mm cannon, the A-10 Thunderbolt II or Warthog carries an impressive array of weapon systems designed to maximize its close air support capabilities. Equipped with 11 hardpoints, 8 under the wings and 3 under the fuselage, the A-10 can carry up to 16,000 pounds of mixed munitions. This includes a GM-65 Maverick missiles for precision strikes against tanks and fortified positions, but it also includes a variety bombs such as the Mark A-2 and Mark A for multi-purpose bombs. There are also GBU-12 and GBU-10 laser-guided bombs, and GBU-38 GPS-guided bombs for precision strikes in all weather conditions. The aircraft can also deploy unguided Hydra, 70 rockets or attack light targets and infantry. It has also been tested with a GM-114 L5 missiles in several specialized configurations. For area denier anti-armor roles, it uses cluster munitions such as CBU-87 and CBU-9-7. Although primarily designed for ground attack, the A-10 can also carry the Sidewinder M9 missile for limited air self-dash defense. The Su-25 is a flying arsenal designed to tear apart enemy tanks, fortified positions and defenses with devastating effect. Unlike aircraft designed to drop bombs at high speeds, the Su-25 was built to hover over the battlefield. It identifies threats and destroys them with sustained fire. The aircraft's 10 external hardpoints allow it to carry 8,820 pounds of ammunition. This provides a deadly combination of guided and unguided weapons. The Su-25's primary anti-armor weapons include the S-25 300mm rockets. These rockets deliver devastating explosive power against tanks and bunkers. The 9M1120 Atoka-guided missiles are designed to penetrate even the toughest modern armor. It can also carry the SA 80mm and S-13 122mm rockets. These rockets are very effective against soft targets, convoys, and infantry positions. For more precise strikes, the Su-25 can be equipped with 500kg laser-guided bombs. This allows it to strike enemy infrastructure and harden targets with great precision. But the Su-25 is not just a powerful strike machine. It also has limited air-to-air capabilities for self-defense. The aircraft can be equipped with short-range air-to-air missiles R-60. These missiles allow it to deal with enemy helicopters or aircraft if necessary. Although not designed for air-to-air combat, these missiles provide an extra layer of survivability in contested airspace. We've finished this episode with a look at the legends in the close air support role, the A-10 Thunderbolt II, also known as the Warthog, and the Su-25F or GFOT. So what do you think of these formidable warplanes? How effective are they? What other military hardware would you like us to cover in future episodes? Also, if you've been lucky enough to see one of the aircraft featured in this video, or even better, if you've flown one, leave a comment Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest content. And while you're here, why not check out one of our other great videos? Thanks for watching and see you next time.